I'm Andrew Ioannidis. I'm the writer-director of The Quiet Zone, which is a short horror. I've been writing and directing short films for the last 4 years back in the UK, and I'm honoured to be at the New York Horror Film Festival here. I started writing the film in 2012, and it was kind of based on a series of bad journeys I had into work. Back in the UK, we have designated quiet zone carriages on trains, meaning that passengers can read or work, etc., without being disturbed. Unfortunately, I witnessed a few passengers annoying people in the quiet zones, and being the sick, twisted writer that I am, I thought, what if, and just resulted in the idea of this sort of stalker story. The writing process probably took about a year to get it right, because I had a lot of people read the script and say, well, you should go with this direction and that direction, and that's how it basically became from script to screen, basically. This took about a year and a half to film because of the practicalities of shooting a film like this, especially on such a limited budget. So, for example, on the train carriages, we did have to get permission, but we had to dumb down the fact that it was a horror film, because, as you can understand, it doesn't go down well with the PR. So we had to sort of like pitch it as a drama, partly thriller. We got permission, and they were very accommodating towards us when we came to filming on the train sequences and in the underpass as well, which I was, very happy with. So it all went very smoothly, the filming. The only complications we really did have were getting more shots. We didn't complete the sequence with the gore shots of her neck being pulled out, so we had to arrange at different points to get those shots. Again, slightly disguising the fact that we were filming a horror, because those scenes were filmed underneath a church, and it was church property, basically. So again, we had to sort of say we were filming a drama thriller without them coming down and investigating and seeing this poor actress and her throat being ripped. So it wasn't easy at all. It was very stressful at times. Getting the permissions weren't the difficult part. It was actually just trying to just make sure that we weren't advertising the fact we were doing a horror film. Jessica Bailey, she was in a short film directed by someone I know, and I just loved her look for the role. She had that perfect sort of businesswoman look with a sort of vulnerability to her, which is what I needed. I needed someone that could survive the real world in an office environment surrounded by tough people, basically. But when she's taken out of her comfort zone, she still tries to put on a fight, but at the end of the day, the mask is slipping and the fear is showing more and more. And I just like that sort of character, and I thought she was a perfect fit. We did audition other actresses for the role, but there was just something very striking about her, and I think when you're casting, it's important to have the whole package, not only someone that can act great, but someone that the camera likes as well. Just a presence, I call it, a real presence that she had. Casey, who played two roles in the film, she played the stalker and the woman in the red coat. So she actually applied for the woman in the red coat role, but I saw a show reel of hers where she played the devil as well, or had a monologue as the devil, and it was so sinister and creepy. And I showed my casting assistant it, and she said, you've got to do this sort of black swan dual role type of thing where, you've got to have a female as the antagonist with Casey in mind. So I said, yeah, let's bring her in. She auditioned and she got the part. So I was very happy with both of them, what they did. In the script, it was actually described as just a pale face. It wasn't described as a character. I didn't really want to show the killer. But I came to face facts that we're making a horror, so you've got to be a little bit bombastic with these things. And the character design was actually semi-inspired by Passion of Christ, where the devil is played by a woman, and she's got that sort of bald look to her, pale and everything. And I found that a lot creepier than just having your standard deformity scar, or that you see in a lot of killers. So, and I knew that I wanted her kept in shadow a lot of the time anyway, so just to hide that androgynous look was also scary because the audience couldn't quite make up their mind, like, is it male, is it female, what is it, basically. The claw, I came up with because one of my friends who read the script said, I like this sort of theme of, like, the dangers of communicating, and because it's set in the quiet zone, it's almost like you have to use your voice, and both times the protagonist uses her voice, she gets into trouble. And I thought, okay, so I could, rather than have a standard axe weapon, maybe we should go a little bit more fantastical with the weapon. I was pleased with it because the sole function of it was just to tear out people's throats, which sort of related to the theme of the quiet zone, no communication, the dangers of communication, and that sort of thing. So that's how the whole killer design came about. Last week it was at the British Horror Film Festival in Leicester Square, London. It won the best short film of the night, which I was very proud of. And today it's actually in Leeds International Film Festival as part of their horror section. Obviously we've had the New York Horror Film Festival, which was brilliant. And it also was in Atlanta Horror Film Festival as well. By getting to the New York Film Festival first, it gave me a boost of confidence to submit it to more film festivals throughout the US. I was actually really looking forward to the US audience. I'm not saying that British audience don't react emotionally or anything, but there's just something about the American audience that they when they show that they're enjoying a film, they show it. They really, really do show it. I was really chuffed with the audience's reaction. They were scared at the right points, they giggled at the right points, and yeah, they reacted really well. I was very happy with that.